Listen up. All right, so everyone should have a graphic organizer in front of them, like so. If you don't, please let me know. All right, guys. So look at your graphic organizer. And while you're looking at it, note that whenever somebody presents, whenever somebody presents, I need you guys to describe it, and I need you guys to say how did it affect daily life, all right, and what type of change was it. So basically what you guys did with your PowerPoint slide, answering those questions, you're going to do the same thing for each section that's being presented, all right? You're going to describe it, daily life, and what type of change was it, okay? So, as they're presenting, please be following along. Write the correct correspondence in there, and remember one or two very important things, okay? When we have people presenting, guys, you got to make sure you're respectful, all right? No talking while a group is up in front of the class and presenting, all right? It takes a lot of nerve to get up here and talk to people, so when you're kind of just, mouthing off, it might make them look bad, okay? Show them the same respect, and most importantly, the same respect you would want if you were presenting. All right? Because remember, everyone's going to have to come up here. So show them the same respect that you would demand as well. Okay? And big one right here, while they're presenting, I don't want to see phones out. I don't want to see people on phones, and I want to see eyes forward. All right? At all times, I want to see eyes forward, no phones. And then when we're done, I'll give you guys more directions, okay? All right. Now, are there any questions right now? Awesome. Let's begin. All right. Here, I'm going to try to do this as random as possible, guys. So let's see who our lucky icebreakers are here. All right, Mikey, your group is up first, my friend. Trevor, Mikey, Cheyenne, and Alyssa. All right. All right, guys.
Okay, so basically what these things were, Liberty Bonds, is if you were a citizen and lived in the United States, you would give the government money, and then later on, over time, like years after the war, like you would give them the money to help the war, and years later, they would give you money back plus interest, so you would, in the end up making money.
It affected daily life because ordinary citizens had to work really hard just to sell these bonds in their towns, and then foreign-born citizens felt like really pressured to buy them even though they were really poor.
And it was an economical change because it helped pay off the debt in the war that America was in.
So what were Liberty Bonds?
All right. What was the main purpose of Liberty Bonds, Wyatt? The main purpose of them.
The main purpose was you get the government money, and then over time, until you're not, you always get more than you gave.
Yeah, the answer to you guys like it? Okay. Well, here, I just want to say a couple things. You guys did a really good job. You're right, Liberty Bonds, guys, they were trying to get people to pay for the war effort, Remember we talked about cutting down on certain things because everything's about the war effort, all right? This is new for America. So we have these things called Liberty Bonds. And just like they said, and just like Wyatt said just now, all right, these bonds, when you buy them, it goes to the war effort. And the government says they'll pay you back at a later date with interest, which means a little extra money, okay? And, a lot of people just wanted to feel American, They wanted to get their patriotism across. So they jumbled that, and the immigrants, guys, one last thing, the immigrants did this to feel American as well. That's something you gotta remember. A lot of them felt pressured into buying the war bonds, but the immigrants felt like they needed to do this as well. All right, they want to be American just like everybody else. Go ahead and explain your picture. You can just read it.
It's basically propaganda
cars come up and do propaganda for them as well.
Yeah, could you guys just go ahead and kind of explain what propaganda means? It's not tough, it is. It's nothing perfect.
Kind of like over exaggerated, pushing to go for whatever side you're on.
Yeah, do that with the propaganda. It's, you know, it's exaggerated media. It might not always be the truth. They're basically trying to sell stuff, okay? And exactly what they're doing with these Liberty Bonds. All right? You guys have any questions for them? Awesome. All right, guys, thank you very much. Good job, Liberty Bonds. Who is next? Who are my lucky? All right. I think we're gonna go here. Candace, food and fuel, front and center. Ooh, that's a new picture. I like that one. And whenever you guys are ready, the floor is yours. We're not going to talk. We're going to respect them, and let's do this.
Okay, so we have food and fuel, and Hoover raised crop prices to motivate farmers to produce more food, reduce waste, and start a campaign urging Americans to save food.
Affected daily life. The used food will win the war to urge families to participate in U.S. Mondays and U.S. Wednesdays. And Americans were called upon to plant victory gardens.
There was a social change in the United States because citizens sacrificed their well-being for their soldiers by participating in a new lifestyle on Mondays and Wednesdays.
And then, what was the slogan urging families to do?
All right. So, remember guys, they're talking about that they have a slogan here, okay? Food and fuel need to be conserved. All right, and I would like Jose to go ahead and answer this one for us.
Which part of the question?
Go ahead and repeat it if you need to repeat it. You can ask him. I'm sure.
What was
he
the
would love to.
slogan urging families to do?
It was, food will win the war.
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, or were you guys looking for something else? Were you guys looking for more of like, about the Mondays and Wednesdays and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and say it for the class one more time so they know.
What, the question?
No, about the,
Who will win the war to urge families to participate in U.S. Mondays and U.S. Wednesdays?
You guys hear that? Meatless Mondays and Wheatless Wednesdays? Okay? That was, you know, it was implemented by Hoover, okay? It was like a slogan, right? He's saying, you know, if we don't eat meat on Mondays, where's that meat gonna go, you guys? If it's not gonna be at the home front, who are they saving the meat for? The what? The soldiers, right, exactly. They're gonna ship that overseas, okay? And let's say, I don't know, Cole, if you were, I don't know, let's say in the army laying in a trench, right? And you're freezing, and you have nothing to eat, would you be thankful for these meatless Mondays?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you would. I hope so. Well, I mean, unless you're a vegetarian, I don't know. But I would hope you, right? You'd be thankful, right? Ricardo, what if you needed socks to wear?
I need socks to wear.
Yeah, would you like people to conserve wool, let's say, so you wear socks?
I guess not.
Yes, so? Okay. Cheyenne, what if, let's say, I don't know, you had a tank that you were driving, and you were some special forces unit, and you needed gas to, I don't know, let's say, get away from the enemy, and someone back home conserved gas, just so you could drive that tank. Would you be happy? You would? Do you want to drive a tank?
I mean, if that's all I got.
Awesome. Okay? So, remember that, guys. The government came in, took control. Okay? They said, look, no one's wasting food. We're going to limit how much food you're selling within even your own company, because a percentage of that's going to the military. The government came in and basically just put their foot down and controlled the food and fuel industry. All right? Because they had to make sure the soldiers had enough food to eat and their vehicles to drive. Okay? Food and fuel. You guys are now saying about it. Is that a golf clap? Go ahead, clap. Woo. who's lucky number 3? Americanization sounds pretty good. Patrick. Patrick and Co.
Because I think this was the percentage of dark.
Yeah, no, you had them first initial and sentence.
And whenever you guys are ready, whenever you feel like you have the attention of the whole audience, please go on and present, gentlemen.
Alright, so for Americanization, it's basically like immigrants were forced to show their support for America, and to show any disloyalty towards America, they were like punished or like suspected, and there were taxes on American, not typo? Yeah.
That's okay, just read it.
There were like a tax on American Germans, just because they were German. And this affected daily life because, that's right.
So, immigrants were also pressured to the conservation efforts, like Liberty Bonds and stuff. Many of them worked in the wartime industries, just to show their patriotic loyalty. This is more of a social change because U.S. citizens were targeting immigrants. This wasn't the cause of the government or financial gain. So, to apply to American society. And how did the immigrants help for the war efforts?
Interesting question. All right, guys, he proposed a question. He said, how did the immigrants assist the home front with the war efforts? Miranda? Okay, no, that's perfectly fine. You guys want to go ahead and try to lead her in the right direction to what you're looking for. Don't blatantly give it, but lead her in the right direction.
So like, what did they do, like, their specific acts to help?
Okay, so you're basically saying, like, let's say, I don't know, a lot of the Americans left their jobs to go to the war and stuff, so how the immigrants step in? Okay. There's something else, Patrick, you want to add to that, to assist her? Or assist the class with this question, actually. Just go ahead and give them a little more, how about that? How the immigrants help with the war effort, right?
What role did they play?
What role did they play? All right, which part of your hands up right there? Go ahead and call somebody. Got it.
They worked in wartime industries.
Yeah. Is that what you guys are looking for?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say too? Alyssa was on it too. Okay, awesome. Now, go ahead and explain this picture here. This looks interesting. You guys see that? Colleague, you see that?
So this picture is at a local school front. So this picture is at a local school front, and what it is immigrants that are only friends of where they're from, and the photograph to get pictures to show others how far people come just to come to a place of freedom.
Did you guys hear that? This is a pretty cool picture. I thought you guys chose a really great photo. Because it just shows you how diverse it is, first of all. All right? You know, and these immigrants are showing you, you know, the whole term Americanization. I mean, think about it. They must feel like outsiders, right? Because we're at war with Germany, okay? And Germany, a lot of these people are German. So what do you guys think Americans are going to do when they hear someone speaking German at home? You know, or if they have a German accent? Do you think they're going to be kind to them? No? Jessica, what do you think? Do you think they're going to be kind to them? No. And especially back then, you know, with, you know, the prejudice and everything going on out there. Now, if, let's say you were an immigrant, Candace. Let's say you were an immigrant back then, okay? And you had a German accent. And someone came up to you and said, you know, like, you need to buy a war bond to be American. Like, put yourself in that mindset. I'm not talking about right now, but put yourself in that mindset. And do you think you buy a war bond to feel American back then? No, I know. This is totally up to your opinion.
Probably to feel more.
Did you guys hear that? She She said probably to feel more welcome. That's what this Americanization thing. A lot of these immigrants, they just wanted to feel like they belong, you know what I mean? So they had to be Americanized. Okay? That's the whole thing. Just think about the pressure they had to go through. Alright, there are families out there in Germany probably fighting against Americans. You know? And they're living here amongst Americans. You know, it was a nightmare for them. Absolute nightmare. So think about that. That was a good answer, Candace. Thank you. Alright. You guys good to go? Alright. Who is left number 4? I'm sure everyone wants to jump up here, huh? That's the one right here. What is that? You guys good? You guys good to go now? If I would go, just get it done with. So. I believe you guys. You're up. This is an important one, guys. Especially this one. They're all important, but. So, we're going to have everyone's attention in the audience. And whenever you guys are ready, please go ahead.
Okay, ours is on the Great Migration. It was a mass movement of African Americans into the North in search of careers. The African Americans led peaceful protests, and this caused housing buildings to become crowded, racial tension, and rioting.
The changes in daily life were that whites were competing with African Americans for jobs, and that also created competition for housing, and it was a social change. Our question is, why were the African Americans protesting?
All right. Why were African Americans protesting? Who wants to try to tackle this one? Trevor.
Because they didn't get the equal opportunity, because
Talk to them. It's their question.
they didn't get equal opportunity.
Okay, yeah.
Is that what you guys are looking for?
Yeah.
Or is there something you guys want to add to it, maybe?
That
Okay, well, let's say what you guys are trying to explain. By the way, I thought you guys set up your slide really well. If you guys think about it, the Great Migration, right? These African Americans have been in the South, right, for several decades now, and all of a sudden they're exploding north. Now, Mikey, let's say you were stuck in the South for the last 60 years, okay? And you're elderly now. And all of a sudden this war happens, okay? And people are leaving the factories, and if they're leaving the factories, where are they going? Think of it. To war. Exactly. These people are going to war. So if they leave their factory job, what does that mean for you?
You might have to think of those.
You what?
You might have to work in the factory now.
Exactly. Now, if you weren't making any money working the fields in the South, do you think that, and you can make triple the amount of money by going up north? Is that something you'd jump on? Yes?
But a 60-year-old would probably need help.
Okay, true. All right. We'll just say you're 30, all right? So, all right, exactly, right? You can make triple the amount of money, you get the heck out of the South, and they were a lot harder on them too as well. So guys, think about that. That's the Great Migration right there. Because Mikey wanted to go and make 3 times as much money because job openings came up. So you think he'd be the only African American to think that? Heck no. There's hundreds of thousands of them who thought the same way. And guess what they called it? You guys read that title again? The Great Migration. That was the Great Migration, all right? They wanted to go up there. They had the jobs. They started spreading out in the big cities. Okay? Now, do you guys know anything about this picture here? I'm trying to find out. Did he hurt himself? Or do you guys know?
No.
It looks like, to me, that these people were migrating, and it looks like a doctor's working on. That's not something you see every day back then, by the way, especially a white doctor. So this guy was obviously supporting the cause. So I think this just shows you that the migration wasn't necessarily like pick a daisy. You know what I mean? Because they needed a way out there. A lot of them walked, train, walk, and so forth. So awesome. All right, good job, guys. Well, clap, please. nice to get it done with, right? Oh, that's right. Take your time. Believe it's called your speaker, right? You're gonna kill it.
It's slight. I'll talk to
Yeah.
We had the Women's Peace Party and
It's a hard word to say. Pacifism, not even me not be able to say.
pacifism.
Like,
A peace conference held in Washington D.C. that was called the Limitation of Arms and Innocent Party was protesting the world. Pacifism,
it's better than I can say it.
is the idea of opposing war for political, moral, or religious reasons.
Pacifism, it divided households, it created tensions, it just made people into two groups, and it was very tense. There's two groups, one wanted war, they're very nationalist, and the other was pacifist, and they didn't want the war, so. And then, it's, the social change, it was a social order, so. It's, like I always said, it created tensions in everyday life. And then our question where was the first peace conference held?
All right, straight to the point. Answers in the notes, he went over it. And Sebastian, where was the first peace conference held?
I don't even remember.
Well, go ahead and read a couple lines on it. Oh, you can't? Okay, well, fair enough. Can anyone here want to help him? Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Washington, D.C.
You guys hear that? Washington, D.C. Is it that
Yes,
guy's
that's
answer your
correct.
question? Okay. Go ahead and explain that picture there. I know it's hard to see, guys, but maybe they could kind of give you a visual by explaining it.
It's a gathering or a protest of all the women that created the Women's Peace Party, and they did occasional marches down in Washington and different things just to get the point across that they did not want this war. This was stupid in their opinion.
Yeah. And what does that say on the banner?
Peace.
Hence the name, right, guys? The Women's Peace Party. So, one thing you guys got to understand about this one, real quick, is that you have this passive. See, I can't say the dang word. What'd you do to me? Pacifism. So yeah, it's got to slowly sound it out, and I'll figure it out. All right, that means you're just totally against war, okay? Whether it's your like morals or religious, you're just completely anti-war to the bone, through and through. All right, but then on the other side of the coin, like Ezra was saying, you have these nationalists, good word by the way, and these people are just hardcore America, you know what I mean? And they want to do everything they could for the war effort. So that's going to create tension amongst these groups here, all right? And Jane Addams might be a name you guys might want to know as well. She's the one she was a huge leader with the Women's Peace Party, and as we learned in other classes, you know, she was also progressive. Okay? So those are things that are fruit for thought here. And I think you guys actually did a really good job. And you guys go ahead and have a seat.
Thank you.
And we'll go to a round of applause. And I'm going to do one more. Kiana, is your group ready? All right, let's go, guys. Trust me, it's better to get it done with. All right, guys. Go ahead and start presenting.
So we did ours on the Committee of Public Information, which is basically this agency that made propaganda to get people to want America to get involved in World War I. The leader
question was, what was the goal of the committee of public information?
All right, what was the goal? You know, what are these people trying to sell? Why are they trying to sell this? You know, Delilah?
They wanted people to get involved with World War I.
Yeah. Okay, does that work for you guys? Yeah, and you already explained that picture, huh, about the 4-Minute Man? Yeah, good job bringing it up. I'm just gonna go like just one notch deeper on what they actually did. Now, the 4-Minute Men were the #1 selling point of the war. Okay, these people would go around to like taverns. They would go to city halls. They would go to any function they get their hands on. And they literally wrote or said a scripted speech for 4 minutes. All right, they had like professional writers that would give them the speech, and they go around preaching like the people you see in the cities. You know what I mean? Preaching on the sidewalk about religion or trying to sell something, just whatever. All right, they were salesmen. All right, they were 4-minute salesmen. That's a good way to look at it, guys. And the Committee on Public Information, or CPI, all right, they were just trying to sell the war. That was the main goal of this one right here. Propaganda, like we discussed last time. You guys remember what propaganda is? Cole, you remember what propaganda means? It's hard to explain, huh?
Yeah, it's like kind of like how they get people to like convince people.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's exactly what it is.
All right.
Right? And it's a form of media, right? All right, guys, that's what this is. All right, they're trying to sell the war. And remember, the 4-Minute Men were the #1 sales associates. Okay? All right. Do you guys have any questions for them while they're still up here? Do you guys have anything you'd like to add, since you're going to be our last group for today? No? Well, again, I thought you did a good job. You wrote the pinpointed notes and had to memorize a lot of it, so I applaud that. All right, guys. Yeah, so good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our last group for today. But, and there's a big but here, I have something I need to explain to you. Okay, so hold off on packing up.